Hi, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in again today. Today we have Friends with Benefits. Straight to the point, adult conversation. Do you think it works or do you think it doesn't work? Simple. We're going to get straight to the point. We got a great conversation. Tune in. Can't wait. Friends with Benefits, guys. Let's jump right into it. How do we feel about it? Do you think that it could work? Do you think that it couldn't? Why or why not? What are the issues? Just talk to us.
I think it does work. I think if you two are on the same page, not everybody's looking to be settled down. Depending on how you were brought up, like I grew up with a single parent, so I was always raised like, don't depend on him, don't rely on him. So I'm to the point where I'm like, I could be good where I'm at right now and enjoy it. I'm not saying I wouldn't change it though.
So do you think that comes with mindset, like not wanting a relationship, or what do you think that?
No, I could say everybody wants a relationship. Ultimately, I think I do, but I want a real relationship. I don't want some where you playing with her and her and her. Like if we in something solid, we in something solid. I want something real. You don't see nothing real nowadays. People get together and they're married for what, 3 years? Damn.
Facts. Those are facts.
So, like, I'm good. Like, marriage anyway, to me, like, I look at it nowadays, like, that's just a piece of paper. Like, if we committed, we know we committed. Like, that's all that extra piece of paper and all that gotta do. That's my outlook.
I agree with you.
I mean, I don't know if it's really possible. Like, I feel like we'd have to first define what a friend is. Because if we looked at like what a friend is, okay, it's somebody you confide in, it's somebody you spend time with, somebody you communicate with, you like them as a person, and now you start engaging physically with them. So they cover both of the criteria you would want in a relationship. They're a great person, you trust them. They're really a friend, and then you like them physically. Where's the line? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you keep a line there if they're truly a friend? It's either you're my slim goodie. Or you're
oh my god, we get all the words. These are all the
But do you guys think feelings get involved? Like,
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
then how does that work? Do you think that it transpires into a relationship? Are you looking for a relationship out of that?
No, I think it really only works is if you don't get emotionally attached. Like if you are just in the mindset of I am so happy by myself, with myself, like I don't need anybody. But we all have needs. You feel me? We all have needs.
See,
like if you
responses like this is what makes me feel like a weirdo because I'm the type of person where I feel like I'm really good at keeping my emotions in check. Whereas if I cross the line with somebody physically, my emotions don't necessarily have to be into it for the simple fact that I look at sex as its own thing, separate from a friendship or even a relationship. A relationship is totally, I just feel like it's a different entity in terms of just hooking up with a friend from that emotional place. That's why I feel like certain people who feel like they can't do it, I'm always intrigued as to why. Because, and the first thing they go to is the emotion part.
Because people who say they can't do it, or when it happens, they're seeking that feeling. They're seeking that missing void that they're not getting from someone else. So of course it starts as friends with benefits or whatever, but then your friend starts filling that void that's missing, and then all of a sudden emotions get into play.
And that's where it gets complicated.
That's where it gets complicated. And from experiences that I've had, it's usually the woman okay. Women.
I knew that this way was gonna go.
So I didn't want to try to go. So women lead.
I wasn't trying to go there.
With women, naturally. Mostly lead with emotion. Men lead more logically. So I think it's more easier for men to distinguish their feelings than it is a woman. Not saying that you guys can't, but I think that's where it gets harder.
That's a strength that women have.
Because you guys are loving by nature, like loving beings.
I think maybe, yeah, you're right, but I think times have changed, and a lot of women are starting to think differently. Like, our minds have changed. It's not the same anymore. Women are independent. Women got good jobs. Women make more money than what their men are bringing home. You know what I'm saying? So
we kind of
might
thinking like men.
Disconnect my feelings too. Like, all right, this is all we got. Well, great, let's keep it pushing.
Y'all think that's a good thing?
No, it's not. But at the end of the day, if that's what's working out right now, fine. If it does lead into something else, I'm not saying I'm closed off completely to it. I might. Okay, we might test the waters. And if shit starts to get rocky, feelings is getting hurt, and you still talking to X, Y, and Z, then hell no. I'm not gonna waste my time.
So does that mean that your friend can't have multiple partners, or they can?
They
or-
can. Like,
so-
if it's just friends with benefits, I can't speak on who else you've seen, who else you've dated. Like, I might run into you out in the club and you with her or whatever. I can't go and be like, oh, you here with this chick? No, I can't speak on that. Like, you know what it is. Okay, like,
Do you guys feel that you guys have established, like, is there rules? Have you guys established rules? DJ, have you ever had to establish any type of rules or?
I mean, that just sounds dangerous. Like, what's the difference between a hookup buddy and a friend with benefits?
What is it?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, I think that's the same thing.
Yeah, no, because it
How would
sounds
you
like
distinguish?
yours would sound more like a hookup buddy because there's no emotion tied. With a,
Right.
with a real friend, there's going to be emotion
You're
there. So,
gonna-
like, that's a separate thing. And if you see your friend that you hooking up with in the club with somebody else that you was just sleeping with, and you care about them and trust them and all that stuff, that's going to
You're
be a
gonna
different
feel some
reaction
type
than
of
a hookup buddy. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
Yeah.
we'd have to figure out what's the difference between those two, and then we can
Now,
see if it really works or not.
I get that, and again, I can't speak for how anybody else feels, obviously, and I personally feel whether it's a friend, just someone I'm hooking up with that I'm not that close with, I feel like again, like you said, it's a new generation. Sex is something that people need these days. It's something that it's a natural thing to want to do that. So I don't necessarily feel that someone I have sex with, whether it's a friend or just a hookup, is someone that I necessarily have to see if it can be more with. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I personally feel. Whereas a relationship, I'm looking for, thousands of specific things in that person for me to say, okay, I'm going to commit to just you. But if it's someone where I'm like, yo, you're the homie, we know what it is, you need to get yours off, I need to get mine's off, and if it happens, bet. But it's the emotional tie that I feel like
I just feel
women
like
have the
it's
worst.
It's a dangerous line.
That's a
It
thin
is,
line.
yeah,
It's
like
like
very
it
dangerous
is thin.
line.
You got to get back to rules of engagement.
That's-
You can't go on what? You can't go on romantic dates.
Again, I was gonna say, if there's like,
No.
it's hard to try to do it with rules, am I right?
It's just strictly sex. Like,
she said no.
Like,
Oh, that's what hookup buddy. Like, I mean,
But I'm saying, if you're gonna take it if you're gonna throw rules out there, right?
Yeah.
Is that where you try to navigate and keep the emotion out of it? Where you say, okay, X, Y, and Z. This is what we're doing. Like, this is our relationship away from a relationship because there's rules in place.
I mean, I feel like for me, like I already, like if I know I would not see myself with this person, so I already know I'm emotionally detached. Like before I even like go
So it's
into
all
it,
physical.
and yes, absolutely. And you got to let them know that and make sure y'all are on the same page. So he doesn't catch feelings. You don't want to, hurt hurt the other person's feeling, but you gotta really like lay it out like from the get-go. Like you already have a mindset and like this is what it's gonna be. This ain't a phase.
Yeah.
So have you
Like-
guys been that person to catch feelings?
Well,
Like, have you guys?
Definitely.
you gotta do a quick
Oh
question
yeah,
on that one. 'Cause
absolutely.
Physically, can you physically make somebody catch feelings even if you weren't in it before? So, like with your scenario, could they be so good physically, or you could have so much of a connection physically that now you develop feelings?
That's a great question.
I
Yes.
mean,
Like he hit
I'm
that
saying
spot.
yes.
Hey,
I'm gonna
And
say yes,
you know what I
but
mean?
it
Like-
takes you to a point. I'm gonna say, hell yeah, I was in that position, and it was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never gonna find another one like that. But it's like, do I want to keep putting up with the bullshit, or do
right?
I,
No, it's like you can be physically like attracted to them, and like yeah, you're gonna be like somewhat attached to that,
But
but
how much bullshit?
then you
comes
think
with that
about,
physical
but
attraction?
this
It's not
dude
worth it.
ain't shit though.
You really ain't shit. So you gotta cut him at some point. It's just a level of maturity. I think once you hit a certain level of maturity, then you're like, I ain't even worried about that anymore.
That was a good point that you just brought up, because like if the emotional tie ain't there and your friend hits it right, like that
It's
triggers
a wrap.
emotion, not just for women, but even on the other end. If a dude is like, I'm just hooking up with my homegirl, and that one time she put it on him, And his mind goes to, I don't want nobody else to have her. Okay, now how do I play this? Do I stick with the friends with benefits to have it?
When you got to get your shit together.
Do you take a chance?
Because that's why it's just so tough, especially because we're territorial beings. Like men are territorial beings by nature. So it's like
Even when single.
even
when single.
Even when single.
I don't want
That's trash, though.
Like for me, I'm very like prideful in the sense like I don't want everybody having mine. Like I don't want like for me, even if you were my friend with benefits, I wouldn't want you to be my friend with benefits if you're going out sleeping with 3 other guys because it's like it's dirty, it's nasty,
That's dangerous.
and then you come back to me. It's like no, I don't want to. Like it's just that's just me though. And again, everybody has their different rules.
So were you always like that, or is at some point that's when that changed?
I would say, in a sense, I've always been like that, but I think that it changed over time. Like maturity, like you said.
Exactly.
No, it's like
It
maturity,
does
like you
change.
said. It for sure changes. Because you're
I know.
Strictly
I
maturity
know I
or
was
because of a friends with benefits scenario that happened that way?
I mean, I think it's all. I mean, it's we go through experience.
Yeah, like I
Without
never
being
used to
too
be
specific.
like the way I am now, and it's because of my like past and like
Yeah.
experiences. Like now, it's like no, you definitely change, and you realize like what the fuck you want.
Let me ask y'all, if it comes down to the criteria for somebody to be a good, you know what I'm saying, hookup buddy, friends with benefits, whatever, do you feel like you have to trust them beforehand?
I mean, I feel like if you're on, okay, I'm gonna talk about myself. So I'm kind of
I mean,
in
that's all
that
you would-
situation right now, but like he communicates with me, I talk to him, I see him out, like it's a regular basis, like you know what I'm saying? Like it happens all the time, but we talk like conversation, like getting to know, like how's your day, like. So at one point, I'm telling Katie like, if he asks, I mean, I might really think about it. I might have to cut all these other ones off. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, but is it worth it? The part of you wants to know, like, you know what I'm saying? Do I want to take that kind of a risk?
I think for you, why you're so like comfortable with this is because you know what you want, and you know like the direction that like you weighed your options.
Yeah.
So it's like you're okay with your truth,
Right.
which makes it okay. I think some people aren't okay with their truth when they're going into it, and then that's where things get all blurry, and that's where things get all mixed up, and that's when
See,
those
but
things
we
happen.
didn't, with this situation, we didn't jump into this right away. Like, we talked in the beginning. He pointed out very clearly, like, I'm not looking for a relationship. I ain't faithful, like, 100%. So I was like, cool, great.
Like honestly, you gotta trust somebody enough who's
So
gonna
I
say that out the
respected
jump. Like,
Yeah, I had to respect that 100%. So I didn't talk to him like that. We spoke, whatever. Maybe a year and some change later, then we finally started kicking. Okay, like things kind of changed. Now we're really trying to pick it here and there, whatever. So now I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going with it now because yeah, I'm done with my truth. But if it happens to swing that way, I might be open to it. Yeah.
Okay. So are we all in favor that I'm still kind of, you know, on the line. I just feel like it's through experiences. It's definitely tough, but I think, in conclusion, if you know your truth and you know what direction you're comfortable with self, then I think it's easier to distinguish what you want out of that partner. So, DJ, what's up? What's up? What
Temporarily, fam.
Temporarily?
Yeah, I don't think it's long term. I don't think it'll last that long, especially if it's consistent. I don't think you can really distinguish that. If you're doing it like twice a week or whatever, for like 6 months to a year, something's gonna change, something's gonna happen. Like, it's just not sustainable to me. Friends with benefits is not sustainable. On one side, you're either gonna lose a friend and it becomes more, or it's just gonna disappear. So, I don't
or
see
shoot,
it.
the other person finds somebody and they can't fuck with you no more.
Something's gonna happen. So,
Like,
I don't
sorry,
know.
I actually found
Friends
someone
with,
that
let's
I
just
really
say
like.
friends with benefits never ends well.
Like,
It has a very low success rate.
There you go.
Right.
Low success.
Yeah.
Very
That's
low
okay.
success
I'm like,
rate.
we're part of
success rate.
We're part of the like 2% that don't give a fuck. Like, all right,
Yeah, pretty much. Like, you kind of, how much are you really invested? Like, yeah, I care enough for the friendship. 100%.
no,
I
yeah.
put the
If
friendship
they're your
before
friend
anything.
and it does stop, like you know how to like you gotta be understanding with that. Like they're your
You gotta
friend.
be mature
And,
enough.
yeah.
I hear y'all. I hear y'all.
That's cool.
Hey, thank you guys for talking with us. I truly appreciate it. This was a great
Dope.
discussion. I truly appreciate it.
Right. Like,
And we're out of here.